So here's a suggestion, which is something that I've just found to be so helpful in becoming more present and being more present in a moment. And that is listening. It sounds really simple, and it is simple, but let me talk about it a bit for a second. When I'm really listening to someone, it's like that is the most present I could possibly be in a moment. So let's say I'm in a conversation with someone and I'm you, and I find myself kind of enjoying the moment, and you're not really thinking about it because you're just enjoying it. And then you go off into this like, oh, I'm watching myself on a screen. I'm kind of not quite there anymore. Allowing yourself to come back to what the person is saying and just get really curious about what it is that they're saying. That can bring you back, because anytime you're thinking about something, you're not listening. It's impossible to do both at the same time. It's impossible to think and listen at the same time. So this I've found to be this really helpful, it's almost kind of a natural side effect of learning about listening and practicing listening, that I suddenly was really present a lot of the time when I was practicing this. It's like I got to just be there in the moment because I got really interested in understanding the person in front of me. Give it a go, like give it a try, see what happens. I think it's, for me, it's not so much about the technique itself, but it's more about what it's pointing you to, which is coming back to you, coming back to this moment, coming back to like being in your body and being in the world. And this might just be me and it might not work for you, but I find that allowing myself to really listen, it's like an automatic presence. For example, anything that might have happened in my life before coming onto this call with you doesn't exist in this moment. Like, it literally doesn't exist because it's not in my mind. So when I come onto this call with you and I'm listening to you about what you're going through and what you want support with, the more that I'm listening to you, the more present I am with you, everything else in my world ceases to exist in that moment, because I can't be thinking about that and listening to you. I can't do both. So I've made a choice, right, proactively, to like, okay, is more important right now. Whatever it is that she's saying is more important than whatever it is that's going on in my mind. And so in doing that, I'm just not in my mind. I'm not in my world. I'm not in my experiences or anything like that. I'm just right here with you. And that can feel very grounding, because you're in this moment, you're in the now, which is the only thing that exists, right? There is like, the past only exists in memory, the future only exists in worry and thought and projection. So I want you to see that your wisdom is intact. It is guiding you. It is showing you the way. And all you need to do is listen, which is exactly what you've done today. Is you've listened to your own inner guide. You've listened for your own answers, and they've come to the surface. This is all you. So you've got this. You get to make that choice, right? Of like, I'm listening to myself, or I'm listening to something else, or I'm not listening to myself, or like you and I want to point that out to you, that this is all coming from you. You've got everything that you need, everything.